Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Dan or aDrive here, bringing you guys an update on Elestrals. I say this every video, but I have a lot to talk about in this one. We're going to cover everything from our store launching to shipping updates to the mobile app and much more, so I just asked for a few minutes out of your day. First things first, let's talk shipping updates. US is pretty much done, Canada is pretty much done, EU is pretty much done, and UK has begun shipping the day I'm filming this, so we anticipate that to be done over the next 24 to 48 hours. If you're someone who hasn't gotten your stuff yet and you don't get it by like mid next week, then definitely send a support ticket. You could find the information in the description below. We want to make sure everyone gets their stuff. But at this point, we're like 99 point something% complete on fulfillment. There's going to be a few stragglers because some of the fulfillment centers didn't have enough of a starter deck or whatever. I don't know how that happens, but we're sending the stock from the US to cover that, and then we're going to ship it to you guys. So if you're someone who's missing your stuff, just hang tight, and I do apologize, but everyone will get their stuff. I'll make sure of it. I'm going to make sure that we have enough stock to cover for everybody, so you'll be all good. So just hang tight. I saw a lot of people in the UK getting their shipping emails this morning. Again, if you don't get anything by like mid next week, Wednesday next week, then definitely send a support email to the channels in the description below. A lot of people have been asking aDrive, when is the Elestrals Store launching? And I'm here to tell you that it's going to be launching on Friday. That's September 29th, and it's going to happen at noon Eastern time. So 12 o'clock Eastern time, September 29th will be the launch of shopelestrals.com. You can go there now and input your email address so you get notified when things go live, which I highly recommend, but that'll be the launch date for our store. Now, I want to remind everybody, the stuff on the store is what's left over from Kickstarter, and there's not a lot of it left. We're going to sell about 95% of what's left over just to make sure that we have a little bit extra for, you know, some of these extraneous orders, like I said. When I say we don't have a lot of stuff left, I mean that we have, in some situations, less than 20 of a certain thing, like some of the plushies we have very few of. In terms of the booster boxes and the starter decks, we have a few hundred, but I do anticipate those to go pretty quickly given the fact that there's been a lot of people asking on how to get product, not just people from Kickstarter, but people who have, you know, maybe missed the Kickstarter or missed backing the project. So I just want to be really transparent that it's going to be simply a first come, first serve. We're going to launch the store. It is a international store, so you should be able to order it from pretty much everywhere in the world, but I want to remind people that it's going to be shipping from inside the US. So from the foreseeable future, our shipments will come from the United States. This is just a way for us to kind of grow the business. It has been a tremendous undertaking to work with like 6 different fulfillment companies right now at this stage of our business. We did it for Kickstarter, but we're going to kind of take a step back and keep our fulfillment in the US for the time being. And I think that the opportunity will be there for us to expand in the future and, you know, try to get a fulfillment hub in Europe or something like that. But for now, I just want to be transparent that we will be fulfilling the remaining inventory out of the United States. I did want to be very transparent about our pricing. So here is the pricing guide on screen. We're going to be priced at $129.99 for a booster box. Our starter decks will be $19.99. Our blister packs will be $6.99. Our Founders promo packs, we will be selling the remaining inventory of those. Those are priced at $24.99. That is the price of the entry-level Kickstarter tier, so we priced them there since previously we weren't sure if we were going to sell them, and I know some people backed multiple times to get more promo packs, so I felt that that was a very appropriate price tag, especially considering how many awesome promos you get. You've got the Artist Collection pack at $14.99. Our binders are $24.99. The pin set of 5 pins are $14.99. You can pick up an extra Flurmine pin for $4.99. Our playmats, the ones that we have left, not many of those, $24.99 for the playmats. The card sleeves are $14.99. Remember, that comes with 100 sleeves, 60 of one and 40 of the other designs. So you can sleeve your spirit deck and your main deck separately. And then the remaining plushies we have are $19.99. So a lot of these prices are very much so in line with Kickstarter. Some are actually just a smidge bit lower. Our booster box price is obviously a little bit higher, but I was very transparent that we were giving a very significant discount going into Kickstarter, and that's going to be our MSRP price moving forward. It's a top priority for me to keep our prices as fair and accessible as possible, and it's something I'm going to look to improve on in the future as we develop the game. But I feel really good about our pricing, and I think when you compare it to our competitors in the space, the other card games, they're priced significantly higher in a lot of situations. Again, keep in mind, economies of scale are not necessarily on our size. We're not printing hundreds of thousands of units of stuff, so because of that, our unit cost is going to be a little bit higher than some of these other companies. So we're doing our best to compete, and again, keep the game as fair and accessible as possible for everyone watching. So super exciting stuff, really stoked to launch the store, and with that, we're going to be launching our merch shop as well. It will be embedded into the regular Shop Elestrals website. We're going to be launching some Elestrals merchandise and also launching the Team Stellar line for the first time. I had teased this back a few videos ago, and we're going to be launching it with 5 different Team Stellar designs. You'll be able to grab shirts of all of the starter decks, Sprouter, Hydrate, Quackle, Sluggle, Necruff. You're going to grab those Team Stellar shirts. Those will be available on our website. Just to be really clear, the way we're doing our merchandise is going to be separate from the fulfillment of the cards. So you may notice that they're coming from different places and the shipping may reflect that. So just a heads up there. But our merch quality is going to be really, really good. I feel super confident that you guys are going to love the merch. It's going to be printed on the same stuff that I did when I did Team Shani. So it's going to be printed on Bella canvas. It's a really, really good feeling shirt. It's a very high quality shirt. I'm sure you guys are going to dig it. And in the name of trying to keep things accessible, our t-shirt price is going to be $19.99, which is actually incredible. That's significantly lower than what I was charging when I was doing Team Shiny. If you guys didn't see, we announced yesterday that our mobile app is available for everybody to play and download for free in our Discord server. All you need to do is join discord.gg/Elestrals. You have to make sure you get the spirit roll by reacting, and then you can find your way to the appropriate channels to install it onto your iOS or Android device. Now remember, we are in beta, so I ask for your patience if you run into any issues, but I will tell you there was probably 100+ games played yesterday, and things went pretty smooth, and our team is working on making any sort of bug fixes that we need to improve the process for everybody involved. And I've been taking your feedback and sending it to the team and making sure that we can make this the best experience possible, but I'm super excited about it. So now is a great time to start telling your friends about Elestrals. The store's launching. You're going to want to grab whatever products left from our Founders Edition. You're going to want to tell your friends to get in the Discord. Now you can play them on your mobile phone for free. Like, there's no cost at all to play our mobile app, which is super cool. And it's really the beginning. Like, this is where things start to get really exciting. It's super crucial that I give you guys the opportunity to learn how to play the game. So I'll be doing some streams throughout the next week and beyond to teach you guys the mobile app, play against you guys, and ultimately kind of onboard new players as best as I can. My schedule's a little bit hectic. I've got 2 little kids, so things can be crazy between, dance and gymnastics and swim and all sorts of different things going on. But I'll be streaming on Tuesday from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time, Wednesday from 1 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and Friday from 12 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Should be able to lock those in so you guys continue to my streams. They'll be on the aDrive channel, twitch.tv/aDrive. I'll be streaming Elestrals gameplay there and teaching everybody how to play. If you're not able to make those times, I'll have the VODs available, and you could also just watch our how to play guide. Now that the mobile app is out and we're launching our store, it's time to start talking about tournaments. Having an online tournament system is something that's really important to me. Ultimately, the goal is to kind of have a full-blown local game store system where people can go to their local store every Tuesday night or whatever and play. But being honest, we're a bit of ways away from that. We don't have product to sell the stores to even facilitate those types of events, and we probably won't for quite some time. So in the meantime, we're going to be focusing on online tournaments for you guys, and that's not just going to be digital, but it will be webcam as well. So our first event right now is planned for October 7th. That's a Saturday. And then we're going to have a follow-up event on October 14th, which will be another Saturday. And those are going to be webcam tournaments and then a digital tournament. So the first one on the 7th will be a webcam tournament where you'll play with real physical cards. And then the tournament on the 14th will be a digital tournament where you'll play the game on our application. For these initial 2 tournaments, we're going to keep things pretty simple. We're going to do starter decks only. We're going to do a best of 1. It's going to be a very simple stripped down format, but that's because I want to make sure that we have the team in place and we have the resources in place and the judges and everyone in place, so that way we can make the process better when we start to blow this up to be full-blown constructed tournaments, best of 3s with side decks and all this other fun stuff. I want to get there, and we're going to get there. I just need a little bit of time, right? Like, this is the first time we're doing a lot of these things, and to take on this undertaking of doing this huge tournament, we have to have judges on hand. We have to have, staff and helpers on hand. We have to have the tournament site all set up and rules and all sorts of stuff. There's a lot of pieces that have to kind of come together, and I want to make sure that we're not kind of drowning trying to make it all happen. So we're going to keep things basic at the beginning and kind of ease our way in, grow slow and steady, take the feedback from you guys, improve and do it better. But I'm really excited about this. So I'll have an update video soon, probably in the next week or so, discussing more details about the tournaments and if anything changes or updates and more details. But I wanted to let you guys know that that's the initial tentative plan. You can put it on your calendars, pencil it in. October 7th, October 14th, that's going to be the beginning of Elestrals tournaments. There's going to be exclusive prizes that you can only get from competing in these different events. There's going to be some really cool stuff. So I'm very excited about it. So again, hang tight, and I'll give you guys more information very soon. To give you guys some updates on First Edition, that's kind of the next thing on our dock, is First Edition is in production. It started about a week and a half ago. We were delayed a little bit by the holographics. I wanted to really nail these holos down as best as possible and minimize or reduce the number of print lines that we saw on these holographics. It was a big thing for me when we did Kickstarter that I really care about this kind of stuff. I want the most pristine, perfect cards we could possibly have, and I feel really confident in our new manufacturing and production process. So I've got some new samples. We went through multiple rounds of sampling for first edition because we switched factories. I feel really good about it. It's the same card stock. You'll notice it's a slightly different feel. I think that's always going to happen when you're changing manufacturers. There's going to be some slightly different processes. So on your fingertips, it might feel just a little bit different and things like that, but it is the same cardstock thickness, and the cards are beautiful, guys. Seriously, the new manufacturer is nailing the colors. They look so vibrant. The cards pop. The holos look amazing. We've got this holographic bleed pattern that kind of exists on the rest of the card, but in a very subtle way. They are gorgeous. I'll throw up some videos on screen so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. I'm very excited about first edition cards. I think you guys are gonna love them. With all that being said, obviously kind of taking this extra time to do these extra samples and multiple rounds of testing, it's gonna delay us even further. And I think at this point, I'm gonna stop giving you guys estimations on when things are gonna be available, but I'm hoping by the end of the year, we'll have first edition in stock for you guys to get. And with that, our second set, Frostfall, is also in production. We have already kind of gone through the phases of setting everything up and kind of establishing the proofing, and we're gonna be going to print pretty much any day now at this point. We did tease a few cards recently over the last week or two on our social media, so I'll recap those. The first one of those cards is Cerebral, who I had been teasing in our Discord server for the last few weeks, and we actually revealed its artwork or kind of a fun little animation on Twitter, so I'll give you guys a little bit more insight into Cerebral. This is Cerebral. When you cast it, you can actually reveal your opponent's face down runes, and then you can get rid of the non-counter runes that way. So this will punish the players who just like to set a full back row, and it'll be kind of a nice little tech option for water deck. So if you're a foamy player, I can see people kind of squeezing some Cerebrals into their deck. This is a very fun Elestral. I really like the design as well. I think it's super cool. It's based on a brain coral. From there, my buddy Distant Coder, who's been streaming Elestrals, did a huge opening the other day. I love to see that. He actually had the opportunity to reveal Panzer to the Elestrals community on his stream. For those who don't know, Panzer is actually the first of the revealed Create-A cards as part of our Kickstarter project. My best friend Tyler and his wife Alex came together with the team, and we made Panzer with my boy Daniel Reyes, our creative director. And I think this card is a monster. First of all, I love the design. I think it's incredible. It's a plushie you guys may have seen. I don't think it's behind me. Oh, it's up there, right? It's a plushie you may have seen in our background for a while now. But Panzer gets a defense buff. It's a true tank. Every Earth Spirit enchanting it. Then you can Nexus with Panzer, and then you can regen spirits with Panzer. It's very, very cool. There's some unique tech where you can cast your Panzer and then Nexus off your Panzer onto like Demeter. So Panzer has no spirits on it, but because its conditional effect still applies, you can re-enchant it from a spirit in the underworld and keep Panzer alive without it going down. There's some really cool stuff you can do with this card. I think this is going to be one of the standouts in set 2, probably one of my favorite 5 or so cards to play. So you guys are in for a treat when Panzer kind of hits the field, and Elestrals hopefully coming at some point in the not too distant future. And then the last reveal for today in terms of set 2, we actually teased it on an image for our 10,000 Discord users, and that's Snowaddle here. Snowaddle is an adorable little penguin Elestral that I'm sure so many of you guys are gonna love, and it's got a very unique effect that we haven't yet seen before in Elestrals, where when you normal cast Snowaddle, you can actually search for a 2-cost Elestral, which will be the first time we see this in the game. You can search yourself a Frost and Thunder Elestral and add it to your hand. So that's gonna be really sick. Very excited for Snowaddle. I hope you guys find this little penguin as adorable as I do, and that's gonna be that for your set 2 reveals for now. I know a lot of people are excited about Shattered Stars, so am I. Basically where we're at with that is we're doing new holo patterns for Shattered Stars, so because of that, I have to sample them as well. It's really important to me that I get to see these things in person before we kind of send them to press, trying to reduce the manufacturer issues in the future, right? Especially since everything is kind of new for us now with a new manufacturer and publisher. So because of that, things take longer than I would otherwise like, but the good news is once we kind of get started, like once first edition drops and Shattered Stars and Frostfall, and we're gonna be like really cruising at that point because we're gonna be able to kind of get ahead, right? So there's this like awkward period right now where we're waiting, so I appreciate you guys hanging in there. But Shattered Stars, I should be getting those samples in the next two or so weeks, I think. And then from there, we're hitting print. We are air shipping Shattered Stars to us at least the first month or two, so I'm hoping to launch that before the end of the year, definitely. So that's my plan. It's one of those things that I just don't have super good updates yet, but my big update for Shattered Stars will come when it's ready for you guys to pre-order. We are still working on the lore chapters as well. I can tell you that the first story was written and the second story is in progress, and we're doing some really cool stuff with that. I'm not going to tell you too much because it's one of those things that you kind of just have to read and experience when it's released, so hang tight, but they're coming, and it's going to really shed a lot of light on the world of Elestrals, different characters and different storylines and all sorts of stuff. We're going to give you like little teasers, snapshots into the world from different perspectives. I think you guys are going to love it. Derek Allen Sidaway is an international best-selling author. He's writing the lore chapters alongside myself, and it is phenomenal. You guys are gonna love it. You guys may notice over the next couple days and over the last few days, we've been working on amping up and stepping up our social media production. We're posting on websites like YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and pretty much every platform you can think of, and we're creating top tier content. We have an editing team and a social media team that is going so hard on creating amazing short form and long form content for you guys. So I just ask, if you're scrolling on social media and you see a post from Elestrals, take a second and drop a like or leave a little comment and just respond or tell a friend or repost or retweet or share or whatever it may be. Watch the video through, anything like that, guys. It helps so much, right? Like, we're at the very infancy stages of what Elestrals can and will be, and we need everybody's help to make it happen. So sharing the Discord server and then sharing those social media posts is so clutch, guys. It really goes a long way. Even if you just drop a like, it doesn't take a lot of effort on your end, and it makes a huge difference for us. So thank you. And big shout outs to y'all. I see so many of you guys like legit commenting on every post. So thank you to you guys. If we legitimately had 20 people comment on every single post, I guarantee you everything would grow so much faster, because just how the algorithm works, right? Like, input equals output. So you I really could use your support and help. So if you could just take a few minutes out of your day, I would really appreciate it. And like I said, big shout outs to everybody. You guys have been absolutely incredible. We saw our Discord server jump over 500 users yesterday from the app alone. This is just the beginning. I plan on announcing the app on the aDrive channel over the next week or so. We're going to see a huge influx of new players and people excited to play Elestrals, and it's going to be a wild time with our store launching on Friday at noon. So again, stay ready for it, stay hyped. Transparency is key. I'm telling you guys what's going on. I'm giving you guys the updates. It's gonna be a wild ride. I really appreciate all y'all. Seriously, what a wonderful community we are building. I see people in the Discord server taking time out of their day to answer questions and help with deck builds and teach new players and all of these different things. I'm not gonna pretend like we're not gonna be a little rocky as we get started here, right? Like, this is the infancy stages. We're learning as we're going. We're figuring things out, but I'm confident we're gonna get where we want to get to. And I know you guys are the most amazing community we could possibly have to make this happen. So a genuine thank you from me and the rest of the Elestrals team to you guys. I can't wait. We got even more stuff in store, so keep an eye on our social media channels. This is just like the tip of the iceberg of what we're working on, guys. Like, we have so much stuff in the works. It's bonkers, man, but it's so exciting. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys soon. I'll see you guys for those streams. I'll see you guys for the store launch, and I hope you guys join our Discord server so you can play our mobile app. That's it. That's an update video. This is a big one. I packed a lot in this one. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.